Stern Show.
Okay, Robin, it's time for news. All right, there's your new theme. And there's your old theme. Both themes being used today. Exciting.
When themes collide.
Both themes are good. Oh, here's another one of your themes.
Who's been more themed than me? I know that music sort of carries you away.
Love it. All right, let's go to it.
All right. Enough already. It's official.
Deep.
Women are the best drivers. Women drivers are better than men, according to the results of one of the biggest ever studies of the driving habits of the two sexes. The team from the Vienna-based organization for road safety concluded in its study of thousands of accidents across Europe that women drive better than men. I know that men often say, women driver whenever something goes wrong.
You know what?
We're
I've seen
better at it.
really bad women drivers and really bad men drivers. I don't know that you can break it down to a sexual thing.
But sometimes you do hear men blame women for everything that goes wrong on the roads.
No.
A Hooters out in Los Angeles, they discovered that the manager was doing something wrong.
He's a guy.
That's right, and he was acting like one. When the girls would come in and apply for jobs, they're not supposed to have to audition in the uniform.
Oh, big deal.
And he would request that they audition in the uniform only so he could tape them while they changed. It wasn't about the audition itself.
Why else would you work at a Hooters?
He had a camera set up wherever the changing room was.
Oh, that's sneaky. Guys are so funny. There's so much porn around. Why do you have to be so sinister?
I don't know.
No, but
and
that's
it was
hot.
wrong. 82 women. They found tapes, tons of tapes.
Let me get this.
Dude, it can't be hot because whenever you dupe a woman like that, you got to start thinking about your sister or your daughter or your mom. Like if some guy was doing it to them, you'd kill him. So, to me, I just get a porno. If there was no porno, then I'd understand. There's so much porn on the internet, and
I just can't believe there's seedy behavior going on at a Hooters.
Well, I can't either, Artie.
Terrible.
I used to do that to Robin at Channel 9. I mean, I've never shown her the tapes, but I always enjoyed them.
Well, then I feel violated like these 82 women.
As you should.
Hey, now.
Yes, remember when you go to apply for a job at Hooters, you don't have to try out in the little outfit.
Right.
That's not a part of the interview process, according to the main headquarters.
And just remember, when you apply here, you do have to wear your little outfit.
How long before the internet has tape of me changing into the Superman?
At least we have the cameras right up front. We show you that we're taping. If music makes you smarter and exercise helps your brain function, can exercising to music really boost your brain power?
No.
The answer is yes, according to researchers here in this country. Volunteers who listened to Vivaldi's Four Seasons while working out on a treadmill, now who can do that, did much better on a test of verbal ability than when they exercised without music.
Okay. Move on. I'd rather hear Sammy Hagar talk about alien abduction.
Vivaldi? What is that?
Vivaldi's Four Seasons.
Vinny Vivaldi.
Oh, Debbie.
You're on the air. Mike.
Hello, Mike, Debbie.
Yes.
Hey, listen, I got a question for you. How come the Rochester station until they still announce that you're on the air, and they still have your Sophia and what's the other one?
Because they're bizarre, and they're not supposed to be doing that because they're not paying me.
Right.
But that's all just part of my lawsuit anyway with them, because I'm suing them because they won't give me the money they owe me for my contract.
Every morning.
Why are you asking me? Call them and ask them.
And Jesus, they're on there too, and Sophia.
Gary, call my agent and inform them that Rochester is still playing my commercials.
I actually let him know about that last week, so I'll talk to him again.
Yeah, tell him I can't even keep track of everything I need to talk to him about. Or send me a note and I'll talk to him about it. Thank you. And why don't you call them and ask them why they're doing that and why they aren't paying me?
Well, I'm boycotting their station.
Yeah. You know what I like to do? I got to find out about this guy, Lowry Mays, and Paul Hogan, and find out if anybody else has been stiffed by them in their personal lives. Where I want to know where they live. I want to know why they won't pay me my money.
What is their history?
Yeah, I got to start looking into both of them personally. I'm a little curious about them. I got a feeling if they ain't paying me, there got to be some other people they're doing this with. They know they got a contract with me, those slime bags.
Yeah, it's false advertising.
Big wise guys, big smile on their face. Hey, yeah, we just won't pay him. Let him take us to court. Not only are we going to disparage the dude and tell everyone he did something dirty and fire him in front of the country, but, maybe we just won't pay. Maybe we just won't pay. Because what's he going to do about it? So he'll have to sue us. We won't have to pay for a whole year. Jeez.
I don't know.
It's unbelievable. I mean, bad enough they fired me. Now they don't want to pay.
Yeah,
You'd think they'd have some kind of heart in saying, hey, we really did a horrible thing to Howard. Let's at least pay him.
And by the way, and then they use the live commercials I cut for the morning show
to still get advertising dollars.
Yeah.
Yeah, they cut to your bits, man. Every morning.
Bits?
What
Yeah.
bits? What bits?
Not the bits, just the advertising bits. You know what I mean? For Sophia and Hair Zoos. And they keep saying that you're on in the mornings when you're not.
It's a bizarre approach, that company, that Clear Channel. They're bizarre. And they're still going around denying that there's a connection between them and President Bush when they even are the guys who paid him the money for that baseball team. It's unbelievable. And the contributions and the Iraq war rallies and they got to be joking. And their whole political agenda now has influenced them firing me. And guess what? Colin Powell Jr., George Bush's right-hand guy on the FCC and Clear Channel's guy, decided to fine me again today. Gee, isn't that a shock? Couldn't find anyone else to fine. You found me. Howard Stern. No one else. Oh, what a fake. You're so obvious it's sickening. Doesn't matter.
Well, man,
my days are
keep
numbered.
up the good work.
Sure. Nice talking to you. What else was in the news, Robin?
Remember, I guess it was at the beginning of the year, it was New Year's Eve, that we heard about this brawl in a fire station here in New York, and a guy wound up in the hospital after being slammed in the head with a chair. Do you remember that story?
No.
Well, a couple of firefighters got into a fight in the station house while they were celebrating New Year's Eve, and one took a chair and hit the other one in the head, and he wound up in the hospital in a coma for a little while. Now the guy in the coma, who's out of it, is suing the city for $100 million.
Why the city?
But when you find out what happened, they were, the guy who actually was hit in the head with the chair, he left the station house while he was on duty, went to buy booze, brought it back to the station house. They were drinking in the station house while they were supposed to be working. He and this other guy who he got into the fight with started fighting over Elvis's birthday. So you got to figure they were pretty lit if Elvis's birthday ignites a fight that winds up with you getting hit in the head with a chair.
Right.
And now he wants to sue the city because he says his supervisors took part in it and participated and encouraged the whole thing. But it sounds like a guy who just shouldn't have been drinking on the job to me.
Might have been a good idea not to be.
But now the city's being sued for $100 million.
The city's responsible, I guess.
Yeah, because he doesn't know better.
Evidently not.
Also in the news, the Passion of the Christ has led to a confession from somebody who saw the movie. Guy went to see the movie, and he has been moved to confess to a murder of a 19-year-old pregnant woman years ago. Police thought that the woman had hanged herself. This wasn't even years ago. On January 18th, they thought she had hanged herself. But now Dan Leach, who is 21, has come forward to admit that he killed her. He mentioned that speaking with his friend and seeing the movie made him feel remorse. So he went to the police and turned himself in. He killed her because she was pregnant with his child, and he no longer wanted to be involved with her. So
Well, I guess the movie's good for something.
those are the kind of people who need that movie.
Hey, Fred, you haven't seen that movie yet, have you? I hope you do. I'd like to see what he confesses to.
Also in the news is another one of these horrible situations where a guy takes a gun and has an appropriate shooting. He uses that gun to defend himself when somebody's trying to rob him while he's at his place of work. This is a bodega manager in Queens. He said a guy came in. He thought he was going to kill him. He grabbed the gun from under the counter, shot the guy in the head. The guy's now in the hospital. And what happens? They have discovered that the gun was unlicensed, and now he's in trouble for defending himself
Yeah, that happens all the time.
and keeping himself from being killed. We'd have all been crying if he had gotten killed, but now the government's going to come down on him because it was an unlicensed gun.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, that's the kind of crazy things that go on in this country. Have you seen the new stadium proposed for the New York Jets on the west side of Manhattan?
Where is it going to be exactly?
It's very near the convention center. I was down in that area yesterday, and there's a whole area that's just, I don't think there's anything there. Right now they've been using it to store subway cars.
Was it the West 30s?
Yeah.
Isn't that going to wreak havoc on the traffic, or the already congested traffic?
Of course.
I mean, what are they doing? There's a million
They
of
are
these.
putting in another subway line.
Forget the subway line.
Like anybody's going to use that.
Who's going to go on the subway?
Yeah, it says 11th Ave between 30 and 33rd.
Who's
Yeah.
allowing that to happen?
The mayor is behind it.
Really?
The governor and the mayor are both all for this because they're trying to get the city ready for the Olympics. They would like to be chosen as an Olympic site a couple years from now.
Hey, Bill, you're on the air.
Hey, Howard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to tell you that your website's being blocked by the government here in Illinois also. I'm on a Department of Defense website, and they don't get you anymore here.
You know,
I'm
it's
in the
really
national-
weird. I got to tell you something, man. This is interesting. I've never put anything up on my website. I've never really used it for anything. I own the name howardstern.com, and I always just maybe put up some contest rules or something. So when this whole thing started going down, and I really do feel we'll be off the air, I started to put up information about Bush, ways to donate to the Kerry campaign, the different political things. Now, all of a sudden,
They're blocking.
the military, state government workers, Clear Channel workers in concert halls where kids go to smoke pot and take ecstasy.
Right.
They are blocking my website. Now, how is it you can't see, and when I say you, I mean journalists, that this is George Bush and his lackeys and the Clear Channel people and the government? I don't have anything obscene or indecent up there by any stretch of the imagination. There isn't any bad words. It's links to various articles. They're banning the website.
Yeah,
They're
this
blocking
started
it.
on Monday.
What?
This started on Monday.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. And you guys think I'm joking? There's a concerted effort to eliminate me from the culture by the religious right and George Bush.
It's
How else do you
real
explain this? They're afraid of the articles. Now, by the way, the Kerry campaign's been getting lots of donations now from our fans.
Good.
And it's starting to really bum a few Republicans out. Because here's the bottom line. George Bush could spend all day talking to black groups, Jewish groups, union guys. My audience is the swing vote. I will influence 8 to 10 million people. I'm chopping off 5 million people who won't listen to me at all. There's 8 to 10 million people who will. And they'll say, we love this show. We're not standing for it
And we're
anymore.
sick of what's going on.
So they're going to take me off the air, but my audience will remember that much not to vote for George Bush. The damage is already done. They might as well get me off the
Yeah,
air.
stop with the blocking the website.
Yeah, keep blocking the website. It only proves my point. Keep going at me. The more you go at me, the more people are going to... Look at all the articles that are coming out. Look at all the news people who are starting to wake up. The articles are overwhelmingly now in my favor.
It's beginning to happen. These things sometimes have, a lag between the response and the action, and we're beginning to see it.
George Bush got up last night at this convention or whatever it is every year.
Kind of, yeah.
It's radio
Party they
broadcasters and TV news guys. And he got up and started to joke about how he can't find the weapons of mass destruction.
He had a videotape where he was in the White House, and he was saying, "Gee, they got to be around here somewhere," and he starts moving furniture around.
Like a bad Jay Leno bit.
There.
Like a bad Jay Leno bit. And I got to tell you something. It is offensive to so many people whose families have sacrificed over in Iraq. I can't tell you what this does to them, that the president is, ha, ha, ha. Remember the reason I told you we got into Iraq? Well, we can't find those weapons of mass destruction.
It's more of that arrogance that he doesn't relate it to real people, real families, real young men who've lost their lives.
He doesn't understand. He doesn't have a clue. The guy is clueless. He's insensitive. He's not a warrior. He has no idea what it's like for somebody to give up their life for their country. He doesn't have a clue.
Howard?
Now,
He's only reaped the benefit.
we're going to keep putting that information up on howardstern.com, but evidently this information is dangerous information. All I'm doing is linking to stuff, and they don't want you on howardstern.com. This is amazing to me. It makes me feel like the most important, powerful man on the planet.
Well, you would have to, wouldn't you, if the president is paying this much
Howard.
attention to you?
Yeah, Vin.
Hey, is that guy still on the phone that can't get on?
No, I took up your call for him.
Okay, all right. The next guy that calls in, I just want you to tell him it's real easy what they have to do. Could I give this information out?
Go ahead.
Okay, you go to a website. You go to http:// no www. It's world.altavista.com. ALTAVISTA.com. And this is a site that will translate a site from another language to English. Once you get there, you type in www.howardstern.com. Since there's nothing to translate, it'll give it to you automatically, so it bypasses any firewall.
That's good because the information we post letters up there on howardstern.com, and one of the letters were that guy who said you could just do a Google search and then click in from there is wrong. You
It's
can't.
totally wrong. This one makes a lot of sense, but we won't know until someone tries it. And you should put this information on your website. You should call Jeff and have them put this thing on as a headline on how to do it.
Yeah, well, could you call him?
Yeah, all right, I'll do that.
All right, thanks.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
But one wonders, if you can't get to the website, how would you read that?
And there's the catch. It just seems like a lot of hassle to have to go to howardstern.com through altavista.com.
Right.
Jeez. I went on the other day. I used my computer.
Yeah, but you're not working for the Defense Department, silly.
Oh.
Yes, he is. Hasta la vista.
That's where you're wrong, Robin.
Artie thinks it's being blocked from his home.
Yeah, I got on easy.
It's the first thing Artie was able to do with his computer.
It was fun.
How many people did you have to call before you did it?